Hello viewers, so this weekend I went and did the single-seater experience in Mondello and it was a lot of crack. It's very good, it's very well done. The day is very well structured, so you kind of go in, you get a bit of a briefing, a safety briefing. Obviously something like this has a lot of risks attached to it, so they kind of talk you up into just a safe mentality, so that nothing happens out on track. And then so you've maybe a 10-15 minute briefing, and then you're brought out to an instructor and he'll take you out in a Mazda Cup car before you are let loose in what you see here, which is a Formula Sheane car. So as you can see, I'm nice and confident at the start. I thought I'd be well able for this. Track is a bit greasy, as you can see, and instantly I am humbled. So yeah, learned my lesson quite early there, that you can't really you can't push, you have to respect these cars. So from then on, and now I do a bit of sim racing and stuff like that, so I went in probably a bit too confident, especially after, so with my instructor Donal in the Mazda Cup cars, we were bombing around. I think we ended up lapping everybody, so I had a great foundation and I thought, yeah, I'm going to be well able for this. But these are like the grip, you can see the grease on the track, or the moisture on the track. It was a cold, wet morning, so you know, you can see the tires get quite a bit wet and quite a bit glossy. As you're making your way around certain parts of the track, there is a dry line there, or there is, you know, dry patches there, and there is bits where you can push it. But like certainly coming into this corner now, you can see the glare of all the grease, especially there, right at the tightest point, or right at the apex. I was trying to hit a late apex on that one. This one was very greasy as well. I saw a lot of lockups before I started taking the corner. So yeah, after my kind of humbling first corner, I'm seeing if I can get it back, but like you can still see there is a lot of slip. Now I managed to hold it that time, but in the first go around I just hadn't really built up the experience. So what I'm driving is a Formula Sheane car. It's a 1.8 litre or an 800cc. It's a K-series engine, so it's the same engine that's in the Lotus Elise, the Caterhams, and funnily enough my first car, which was a Rover 25. Now I was a 1.4 K-series, but same kind of make, same design engine. So it's about 145 brake horsepower and 110 foot-pounds of torque. Not that you need to know that. Look, they're very light cars as well. They're about 700 kilos, I'd say. So yeah, very easy to lose grip, and as you can see, there's no front aero as well, so you do get a bit of scrubbing understeer on it from time to time. I certainly found it hard to really get the nose to turn in. Now I'm doing no setup or anything like this. This is just whatever way the car comes. Now you can see, so the overtaking area starts here and it goes around for the full first corner. So I'm allowed to overtake all this part here, whereas you were told not to overtake anywhere else on track. Now they were a bit lenient with that. If you are showing that you're kind of cautious of other people and you know yourself, there's certain body language on a track that you know whether somebody is experienced or not. So I was trying to show that, yeah, look, first here I was a bit timid. I was like, look, I better not, especially seeing as I've spun on the first corner, I better not push it. But you'll see here somebody overtakes me, actually two lads overtake me, and then so you can see the hand go up in confusion here. I'm like, I thought we weren't, whoa, what is this? But luckily after that I was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm not here to be hanging around behind slow people. I'm here to have a bit of fun. So yeah, start to follow these guys, and I'm like, right, I better get a bit of a race on here. So I decide I will plant it in this greasy spot here, and oh, it's the next lap. You'll see what I mean. But yeah, don't be overconfident if it's greasy or wet. You will be humbled very fast. So yeah, the Formula Sheane, right? It's the fastest one make series in Ireland, and it's also the only class that's completely Irish designed and manufactured. So David Sheane, I think he's a club racer, but he's from Wicklow, and he builds all of these cars so he basically builds it all in-house to keep the costs down. So the engine and gearbox are fully sealed when the cars go out, and then in that racing series it's basically all just set up and driving, so you can't change any of the parts or anything like that, which I think is very cool. It's to keep racing cheap. These cars are about €7,000 each last time I checked, and you're looking at about 650 for a race weekend in one. So I think that's from the Mondello website I got that information. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's a very cool kind of homemade series that we've got. So yeah, I am gonna let you kind of enjoy my driving for the rest of it, both good and bad. But yeah, overall, a great experience. It runs at about it's about €300. It's between €280 and €300. But I have to say, for me to scratch that itch, it was well worth it. It's not something you're going to be doing every year, even, never mind more than once a year. So yeah, to dip your toes in the water and see if it's something you'd really like to do, it is well worth it. And yeah, hell of a lot of fun. Fair play to Mondello, really great. The staff were really good. My instructor was class. Donal, fair play to you. You kind of built my confidence a lot, maybe too much as evidenced, but no, I think it's this corner here. I try and next lap. But yeah, I learned a lot. The only drawback I would say is it ends too quickly. I would have loved to. I think I got about 11 laps out there. I would have loved to go a little bit longer, but you know, that's not on them. It's 11 laps in the single seater, about 4 laps in the Mazda Cup cars, and the safety briefing. So you're talking about an hour and a half, 2 hours, all in all, but from when you get there to when you're done, and then you can hang around Mondello for the day, which I did, and I got to see some of the Formula Boss cars, which I've been posting. If you haven't seen them, have a look through my page and you'll see some of the cars that I saw. Yeah, glorious day out at Mondello, great experience, and yeah, I'll leave you with my tasty-ish driving from here on, although we'll see how this corner goes. As I said, I think I got a bit brave. Here you go. I was mortified, absolutely mortified. Just tried to turn the wheels and everything to see if it would, but no. Didn't damage anything, but the ego was a bit fragile after this, and of course the first corner, when I'm trying to get the grass and moisture off the tires, gets a bit hairy as well. But other than that, fantastic experience. I did make improvements. I think I got a 101 in the end, or a 101.5 or something like that. It was the fastest lap of the day at the time anyway, before the track dried up, but I was pretty happy with it. I think I put in a decent stint, considering you went from zero experience to about 10 laps. I think my 10th or 11th lap was my fastest. But yeah, I'll leave you watch this and enjoy the rest of it.